We've gathered almost 20 of the latest ANC headphones across 3 price categories, and we've tested each and every one thoroughly so you don't have to.
There are 3 price categories, as he said, and 1 winner in each, so enjoy. We're going to start with the premium category because why not? We're going to start with the Sony WH-1000XM6 because you kind of have to. And if they look a bit different, we'll tell you why. Stay tuned. When these came out, it wasn't a unanimous hurrah because there were things it did better and worse than its predecessor. For example, the transparency is upgraded. The ANC is still top notch. The new model moved to a foldable design. Great stuff. And the sound is certainly a step up for us from its predecessor. But Sony also decided to go ahead and change the design, leading to a slightly higher clamping force, and the cups were as shallow as its predecessor.
A game changer for us are the Wicked Cushions ear cups we have here in camo black. But there are also other colors available.
I wore this on a long flight recently, and the ANC was just as good as the stock cushions. They are also way deeper than the stock cushions you get with the Sony, and they're really easy to change. Also, the part that kind of juts out of the ear cup, which we complained about in the original review, not visible anymore. Check out the links in the description to upgrade your Sony WH-1000XM6 cushions.
Sony also tweaked their microphone performance a bit more, leading to more aggressive noise reduction, which actually seems like a step back from the previous model. Other than that, you're getting the standard Sony fare with an ocean of features. Excellent multi-point, pull connect, a new case with magnets, and hybrid swipe and touch controls. These are honestly really easy to recommend. A solid flagship.
If you have Sony, Bose can't be far behind, and Bose is still top of the tree for 2 things: quiet and comfort. The second generation of the Quiet Comfort Ultras brings some much needed upgrades like pull connect, audio over USB Type-C, faster shutdown and startup while still keeping the fan favorites of superb comfort, industry-leading ANC, transparency, foldable design, compact case, etc.
Yep, but they're not perfect, and in our experience with several Bose headphones, the ear cushions tend to tear or develop mold. Again, Wicked Cushions to the rescue with a replacement cushion. There's actually extra padding and deeper cups, which is good for comfort. You also get freeze ear pads, which help if your ears get super hot. The only nitpick as far as the Bose one goes is that the headphones fit a bit more snug in the case, and the freeze ear pads do reduce the ANC strength a bit. Again, check out the links in the description, and thanks to Wicked Cushions for sponsoring this part of the video.
All right. Other than that, the Ultras have got new shiny accents, which we're not necessarily a fan of, and they're less tweakable than, say, the Sony, but we like the sound quality out of the box. Punchy and fun, and they have a custom tune feature that kind of tunes the sound to your particular ear canals. Some next level tech there. There's also Active Sense that protects your ears by limiting loud sounds when you're on transparency mode, and you get improved battery life of 30 hours, which brings it up to par with its competitors. Again, one of our favorites on this list. Hopefully there are no connectivity issues this time around like the first generation, but we've used them for a few months now.
And it's been great.
It's fine.
Yeah. All right. Next up, the Bowers & Wilkins PX7S3. So these guys have excellent industrial design, what we've come to expect from them. Sexy looking design, very comfortable. They've got reliable buttons, no touch nonsense, just buttons. And there's audio over USB Type-C, a 5-band EQ. What do you think of the sound?
Sound is not standard. It was nice. I enjoyed it for my kind of music, but it's definitely not a standard audiophile kind of tuning. I'm not an audiophile, thankfully. Especially the treble, I thought was on the brighter side. But overall, we call them headphones of the year. I still love them. They're an object of desire. And we actually prefer this to the PX8S2.
All right. The next one is the JBL Tour 1M3. We have a thing with purple. Do we not? First the Bose and now the JBL Tour 1M3. Or was it the other way around? Anyway, the build quality is interesting. It is kind of on the creakier side, which we didn't expect from them. But they make up with nice sound, good comfort, and even Auracast support. It's not only that, there's also a unique audio transmitter puck if you choose to buy the one that comes with it. There's also button and touch controls which work well. The calls are excellent. The ANC is tier A, the transparency is tier A, but just make sure that the headphones sit well on your head for optimal ANC and transparency.
Yeah, you're getting tons of extras as well for calls, ANC, sound, etc. Very customizable sound. Overall great, a bit spicy in the treble, the default sound signature, but no complaints here.
All right, next up, the Sennheiser HDB630 at $500. This one just came in before we made this video. Audiophiles rejoice, right, Rowan?
Sennheiser's finally made the ANC headphones of your dreams. Solid build, very comfortable, deep cups. It's not foldable, and the case is on the bulkier side, but it's got all the codecs, excellent tuning, 4 ways to use them, 2 wireless and 2 wired. Check out a full review for that one. It doesn't have that puck like the JBL, but it does have a USB-C dongle, a BTD 700 included in the case and the box. It's got a single button and touch controls.
Yeah, and the calls are good in normal and quiet conditions, but not so much in the windy situations. The ANC came in at tier A, so it's very, very good. The transparency, though, is not as great at tier C, so it's not the best on this list, that's for sure.
Yeah.
There's also a very capable, what is it called? Sound Control Plus?
Smart Control Plus.
Smart Control Plus app, and a very good feature set as well.
Yeah, and all the sound customization your heart could desire, from sound check, regular EQ, parametric EQ. Solid set of cans from Sennheiser.
Yeah. And one for the Apple folks, the AirPods Max. Not very new, but still some of the headphones with one of the best implementation for controls. Obviously, it integrates within the Apple ecosystem.
Yeah.
It's got nice bass, and the transparency and ANC are both at the highest tier. Tier S, yes. Yeah.
The comfort is mixed. Excellent on the ears and the crown, but it's a bit heavy. That's what most people complain about. Sound is very unique. It's not your classical headphone tuning. It's bass heavy. I like the bass, and some interesting takes on the mid and the treble is all I'll say. And it's got really poor battery life in comparison. The upgraded AirPods Max does come with USB Type-C. Thank God for that.
Yep. All right. This one's pretty heavy on the wallet.
Yes.
The Bang & Olufsen Beoplay H100 is the most expensive one we have on this list today for you, but you're getting premium luxury materials here. You get a nice leather case to start off with. It feels and looks amazing. The controls are very nice with those dials on the ear cups.
Yeah.
All buttons. We've just got to say that the controls can be a bit redundant though.
Yeah. You can do the same thing with buttons as well as dials.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. The app is kind of buggy.
Yeah.
It has difficulty connecting when you've already connected to another phone.
I still haven't
or
managed
something.
to connect.
No.
No.
It's the whole thing about this is luxury, right? Like it's got cables with leather buttons on them and a zipper on that beautiful leather case. It's got slight clamping force. It has been loosening over the last few weeks. It's got enough space for the ears, magnetic ear cups.
Yeah.
Quite nice. Angle drivers. Comfortable for about an hour-ish, I would say, and then you start feeling it a bit. Really nicely tuned, I think. If the bowers are V-shaped, then these are flat. But yeah, that's how it is. The bass and the mids sound great. It's not a bass-forward sound. So typically you'll get bass-forward sound on ANC headphones.
Yeah.
This is not that. Very nice timbre for guitars and things like that. Only thing I thought was that the treble was like a bit flat, like something was missing, and the limited EQ options also don't let you hone in on things that are really missing.
Yeah, and the mic quality in the wind is very ordinary. In noisy conditions, it's just passable. Before we move on to the mid-range headphones, which one would you pick from the premium category?
Which one would I choose? Well, we pronounced the Bars & Wilkins the headphones of the year, but I'm changing my pick right now, right here, live on camera. Well, it's not live when you watch it, but it's the Bose QC Ultra 2 for me.
Oh, damn.
The comfort, the ANC, the foldability, the fact that I haven't had any problems with it so far, the calls, my God, what a complete package. Well done, Bose.
I mean, he said it. He took my pick. That's
really?
it. Yep, that's my pick too. I can live with the shiny accents. Apart from that, it's a full package.
Yeah.
All right, kicking things off in the mid-range, we've got another Bose. Not the Ultra, but the Quiet Comfort. You just cannot ignore the good old quiet comfort when it comes to mid-range headphones. And although they're actually a bit pricey in our view, if you want the Bose name and all the quiet and comfort that comes along with it, you can't really go wrong with these. Tier A transparency, Tier S ANC, and in our view, way better onboard controls compared to its more expensive Ultra cousin.
Yeah, the sound isn't as refined as on the Ultra, but you're getting a lot of great features here, including the reading out of device names you're connected to. Super handy if you have multiple devices, very underrated. There's no audio over USB Type-C, and the microphones aren't the greatest here.
Then we've got the Nothing Headphone 1. They're all about that look and feel. You feeling it?
I'm feeling it. You're getting like a unique polarizing design with a mix of roller, flipper, and round buttons for controls. Much better than touch in our opinion, but maybe they've taken things a little bit too far. The cans offer good transparency, but average ANC. Battery life is very good with up to 54 hours playback, and you get fast charging. The microphones did reasonably well in our testing, and you also get a very powerful parametric EQ. If you like tweaking sound, this is for you.
But these weren't very comfortable for us, either on the crown or the ears. But these are IP52 rated, making them somewhat resistant to liquids, which we'd like to see more of.
True. Audio quality has a peculiar smoothing in the mids, which makes voices feel a bit weird while the bass is tight. And while they're priced at $299, that price point in terms of looks is actually a sea of boring if you look outside the nothing. So they're definitely bringing something solid to the table, considering these products are worn on your head for the world to see.
Then we've got the Sennheiser Momentum 4. You guys keep telling us to love the Sennheiser Momentum 4, and we kind of do. With an impressive 60 hours of battery life, with quick charge and a punchy, bassy, and rich sound with excellent timbre, and a well-performing sound check feature, what's not to love?
Yeah, it boasts reliable phone call quality in various environments, supported by superior controls, multi-point connectivity. The headphones are comfortable, but somehow the clamping force didn't work for me. I always get some pain behind my ears. The design, while moving away from the retro looks of the older Momentums, is practical, I guess, with a case that allows the headphones to fold either way. And overall, a very nice look. You're getting audio over USB Type-C. The default sound signature is warm and bass focused, but you do get a 5-band EQ. However, the noise cancelling is just okay at tier B, even though the transparency is a very good tier S. The touchpad can be slightly finicky in our view, and like many older premium headphones, they are not foldable, resulting in a slightly fat case.
Okay, this next one's an oldie, but a goodie. The Sony WH-1000XM4. Yep, they still sell it. Can a 2-generation-old flagship be a worthy mid-ranger? Well, yes, that's why it's here on the list. We think so. With solid noise cancellation at tier A compact build, a relatively comfortable and creak-free design, these will still check many boxes for many people. No wonder you see them so often out in the wild.
Yeah, and it has pretty much all the extras you can think of. But the main downsides are that the phone calls struggle in noisy environments. The transparency mode, it's rather underwhelming, and you're getting a rather bass-heavy tuning, which isn't our cup of tea. But looking at the comments on our videos, it's something you guys apparently prefer. So there's that. And that price is very good, and they go often on sale, making it still a very, very interesting option. All right. Are you going to be picky about your audio?
Nice. It's Bose for me again.
It's Bose for you again.
Yeah. Not a fanboy. Not a fanboy.
Not a fanboy.
And the reason I'm picking Bose here clearly is they're comfortable, they're quiet, and they're all button controls. Nice, chunky, big buttons. I love my buttons.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah, what about you?
All right, so my pick is the Sennheiser Momentum 4. Okay. Yeah, the ANC isn't that great, but it also isn't terrible. Good transparency, great sound. The reason I say that is they're not super comfortable for me, but most people don't seem to have a problem with the comfort. So if I had to advise people, Momentum 4 is still a solid pick.
So it went from your pick to your advice. Okay, now we're in the budget category.
Yeah.
Real money savers.
Yes, the OneOdio Focus A6 priced at $70 or 76 euros. It offers a pretty premium look for the price with foldable design, light build, 2 color options. It provides decent call quality, handling noise and wind, and features good controls, including a unique double press for wind reduction, which didn't really work out so much, but it's there. Audio is supported over USB and LDAC, something even many premium headphones don't offer, catering to bass enthusiasts with custom EQ presets. Extras include a low latency game mode, auto power off, multi-point connectivity, and a find headphones tone with 40 hours of advertised battery life with ANC on.
And speaking of that ANC, it is tiered at tier B. So it's good for the low end, but voices do seep in. And transparency is tier C. The voices do get somewhat muffled. Now, sacrifices here are going to be that you do not get a carrying case in the box. There is no wear sensor, and there's no aux port or cable. The build feels hollow, and on calls, you can't change the ANC or mute the mic using the onboard buttons.
Right. Speaking of buttons, the Earfun Wave Pro offers pretty decent audio for this price point. It's like a fun, brighter tuning, and it's got LDAC support and a foldable design and a hard shell case and good ANC performance. It's tier B. It's got decent wind noise cancellation. The transparency mode is okay. It's tier C. It includes multi-point connectivity, a customizable controls, a 10-band EQ, a game mode. And that
you're not done, are you?
Initial launch price was $50 on these guys. Of course, at that price, you're going to have some compromises.
Yeah, and some of those is going to be, for example, the build is cheap plastic. The tested battery life falls short of advertised numbers, and there's no smart pause. Multi-point doesn't work with LDAC, and calling has occlusion issues. And the passive audio via 3.5mm jack sounds boring and muffled.
And then there's one more. the one more, Sonoflow Pro or the HQ51.
Sure.
Yeah. So this one, compared to its predecessor, offers improved audio, like with lesser bass bleed, a lower EQ shift, and enhanced ANC. Like it's like tier A, close to the Sony XM4, which is quite incredible. Upgraded transparency, which is tier C, but yeah, that's the kind of price category we're in. It's got lesser white noise even. Better battery life, 65 hours with ANC on. Bluetooth 5.4, less creaky headband adjustment, shiny gold accents, Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra 2 anyone. All at a lower launch price of $90.
However, the sound signature has more recessed mids compared to the predecessor. The build retains the hollow feeling buttons and creakiness. The call quality in wind is poor and controls are limited while on a call. And we did face some crashes during EQ. All right, the CMF Headphone Pro. Speaking of Pro.
Yeah, we're going up in price. This is $99, much more than the previous ones. But physical controls. Nothing is all about the physical controls. The buttons work well in our experience.
Even a little wheel.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things you can touch and feel.
Sliders.
So it's got a unique look. It's got IPX2, one of the few on this list that has any kind of rating. Nothing seems to do that.
If you're paying attention, the other one was the Nothing headphones. So they're from the same company.
Exactly. You're getting a hearing test, you're getting LDAC, you're getting a 3.5 millimeter cable, multi-point, low lag mode, 50 hours with ANC on, fast charging, replaceable ear cushions. Yeah, and good performance as well.
Yeah, the ANC is no slouch at tier B, which is a good average, beginner to start with. Reduces the noises across frequencies, and in transparency, they're tier A. So quite decent, especially for the voices. But they have some downsides.
Yeah, it feels like there's two headphones stacked onto each other. They're quite bulky on the head. No hard case, just a soft pouch. No custom EQ. That's just a stupid decision. Volume knob is okay, but feels cheap, and it's not like fine-grained enough. Don't expect an AirPods Max kind of volume control here. And the sound, it sounds fine on ANC, but the bass slider has to go to 0. Oh my gosh. With bass on, just look at what it's doing to the sound. But without ANC, it is much louder as well. And the sound character also changes depending on whether you're on ANC or not. It's much more bloated with the ANC on.
Yeah, you're basically getting the same level of mids, but more bass and more treble, making it definitely sound more V-shaped. Okay, Sony's back on the table.
Oh, yeah.
But this time, the Sony WH-CH720N. That was not my password. That was not my password. Do not take notes. What do you like about it?
Yeah, it's quite lightweight, this one. This one is a surprisingly good one from Sony. It's small, lightweight, multi-point. It's got pull connection, device list, Google Fast Pair, multi-point, whatever, the Microsoft Swift Pair, and Sony's app with all its goodness and feature vomit, EQ, adaptive sound control, the 360-degree audio thing, the 20-point ANC slider. Should I continue? Or maybe you can talk about the ANC.
Interrupt you and talk about the ANC, which is tier C. So it's not at the level of the XM4, but yeah, it's below average. The transparency is better though at tier A. Call quality seems good also outdoors. And the battery life is 35 hours without ANC and 50 hours with ANC advertised.
Yeah, some downsides, of course, at this price point. Sony's cutting some corners. It looks boring as hell, feels cheap, very plasticky. There are buttons for play, pause, volume, and ANC, but they're all flat and very hard to distinguish from each other. It does not fold.
No.
There's no case, hard or soft. No wear sensor. White noise is very audible in transparency mode. And there's no LDAC if you enable multi-point, which is something we used to have in the past. And after about 30 to 60 minutes of use, I feel like it pushed up against my ears. So there's that. And no mute while on phone calls.
No. Okay. Admittedly, we are going up in price here.
But we're still in the cheap ass.
But we're still in the budget category. But we're also seeing a serious jump in build quality. The Baseus XH1 are over-ear headphones priced at $150, available in 4 different colors. They feature a plush design with all physical buttons for controls, good stock sound for bass lovers, and it is tuned by Bose themselves.
Yeah, great call quality as well, in quiet and noisy and windy conditions. ANC is decent again, tier B. Transparency is decent again, tier A. But call quality in windy conditions is a little bit tricky. And they do not fold. They lack USB-C audio and do not play audio while charging. And there's no wear sensor to automatically play and pause your music, unlike
the Sony Alt-Wear. These guys come with a decent build quality. They are foldable with a hard shell case. They're comfortable to wear for longer periods of time. And the mics are great with multi-point. ANC is mid though at tier B, and transparency is tier A. So it's very clear to hear your surroundings.
And you're getting all of Sony's feature vomit on its Sound Connect app. But speaking of sound, these are surprisingly nice sounding, the Altware. Even though they're kind of advertised towards bass heads, without that bass feature even, they sound fantastic. And you're getting 30 hours of battery life with ANC on, 50 without. It has touch control still. It's decent. You know, we prefer buttons, but it's decent. It feels less premium than Sony's premium offerings, and that's no surprise, right? Yeah, for multi-point, you're going to have to switch off LDAC, but pretty decent set here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we've got the Space One Pro from Soundcore. Again, foldable and compact. And these are foldable, like foldable. Yeah. They're also very comfortable with plush ear cups. There's a soft case though included. There's no hard case. There's also no wear sensor on the headphones. And the phone calls are just okay. But
yeah, what they do in this price category, which no one else does, is give you tier S ANC. Like that's quite an offering from Soundcore right there. Transparency is tier A. It's decent. Sound is average. For good mic quality, you do need to turn side tone on. That's something we discovered the hard way.
And then Sennheiser's back with their Accentum Plus because it brings decent build quality and a comfortable design even for glasses wearers, featuring a divot in the headband for reduced pressure and spacious ear cups. It looks nice and sounds just as impressive too with aptX adaptive codec support and personalized sound feature. The cans offer good timbre and effective bass and treble, though the mids can be slightly recessed and the treble can be a bit harsh at times. But no problematic sound tunings here.
Yeah, both ANC and Transparency are tier A with excellent wind noise cancelling and usable call quality. And with its current price range, it includes things like call features, like automatic muting upon removal and a comfort call option to boost incoming call volume. Also getting touch controls and buttons, so it's like a hybrid situation. You get a case, but it's a softer case.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. Also multi-point with the device list in the app. However, its 5-band EQ is less flexible than some competitors. There is some white noise and transparency and call quality. And while it's usable, it isn't best in class. And at full retail price, these aren't necessarily a great value pick.
All right. Budget? If you're on a budget, which one are you picking?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going with the Sony Altware.
Good choice.
Yeah, get everything you need.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Solid.
What are you picking?
I'm going with the Baseus XH1.
Also a good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the comfort, love the buttons. Yeah, what's not to like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good stuff.
All right.
Yes, we heard you. You're shouting over there about some headphones we have not
What
covered.
about these?
Yeah, what about those? So we've got most of the headphones we think people will care about. There's some special mentions which we didn't get to.
Yeah.
The Sony WH-1000 XM5, still a solid set in our view.
The Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra Gen 1 also, although the Gen 2 did fix a lot of things, and that's the reason it just didn't make it onto this list.
Yeah, the Biodynamic Avento 300 with a very unique sound character.
Yeah, and the Marshall Monitor Major 3 ANC with a long name, but also a vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, the Focal Batiste audiophiles seem to love it. Not audiophile.
Yep. The Edifier Stack Spirit S5 also in that category.
Yeah, and no ANC there. Beat Studio Pro.
Yeah, for the people who don't want the AirPods.
Yeah. The Sonos Ace.
Yeah, first of its kind in for Sonos. Yeah.
Yeah, and Bose and Soundcore's PX8S2, which we liked but did not love as much as the PX7S3. Maybe we are just more
rational that way.
Cheap.
Okay, fine.
All right. Thanks to Wicked Cushions for sponsoring a part of this video. They have some amazing products. Check their products out in the description down below. We genuinely love them. We actually got in touch with them for this video, so that's how much we like their products. And a big thanks to our tested tier folks, these lovely, lovely people.
And a very, very, very big thanks to our highest tier at the Fuckman tier. Thank you, Rads Panda, Paula, and Rachel. You guys are awesome.
Check out all our headphones videos at this playlist.
And if you want to see a roundup of the best premium earbuds instead of headphones, then click up here.
Doei.